une falaise, personne voulait me pousser. Moi et quelques artistes, on va marquer l'histoire. Y'a mon place sur liste noire. Y'a que le BPM qui me redonne espoir. Réveille-toi, tu manques l'épisode où j'entends parler de poteau, tu quoi. Je veux représenter ma rue, mon gars, sans faire la caille. Le sud c'est un sauna, je ressens pas quand il caille. Je suis un diamant brut et ça m'arrange quand tu tailles. J'écris sur des faces, mais ma vie part en freestyle. Mérite pas mon cœur, à chaque jeu t'aime, j'ai le réflexe derrière mon cœur. Mon F3 s'est transformé en bunker.
What's up, guys? We are here in New York City at the NBA 2K18 unveiling event, and we are about to run the neighborhood. Let's go.
Un seul réal, deux beatmakers, 600 morceaux, je suis un kicker. 2-3 techniques avant le game breaker. J'ai mon public, les auditeurs makers. Faut pas croire ce milieu, il est rempli de make-up. J't'ai croisé en club, de l'eau dans ton red cup. Dans la
Tell him sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
Hello and thanks for. We are near.
Well, guys, Sacramento Kings coach.
Thanks, David, and it's clear that Coach Yeager is a details guy, an impressive young coach. Clark, you've talked about this a lot, the changes, the biggest differences from playing college basketball to pro basketball.
Without question, Kevin, a couple of the biggest differences for me were the speed of the game and the quality of the players on the court. That was really something that I was aware of, but it hit me right between the eyes as I got going. And then the other thing was the travel and schedule. I hit a wall after about 60 games and was really a dead man walking for about 10 days before my legs came back and I finished that rookie season strong.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Filling out the wings, it's Harden and Ariza. Anderson is down low with Capella. And it's Paul in at the point guard position.
Love how Capella stays alert on the offensive board, creating second chance opportunities thanks to that activity.
Randolph dishes to Carter. Back to Randolph. Over Anderson. Randolph missing again. Here's Harden. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Healed the pass to Cauley-Stein. Carter outside. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And yes, it's good. And it's the Rockets with the ball. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
How about the defensive adjustments in that one? Their communication was brilliant all night.
Yeah, I agree. And communication is effort, and effort is communication. Very talkative out there, yelling out screens, giving each other help. Boy, that was a terrific all-around effort.
Now here's Hield. Following the shot by Chris Paul. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line. And sends George Hill to the free throw line. Chris Paul picks up that. And the Pacers trading away the coveted George Hill. Going into last season, they wanted more of a passer at the point guard position.
And that's the one thing about Hill. He's more of a combo guard than a true point. He keeps his turnovers low, but as far as creating a ton of shots for his teammates, that's not really his game.
From that area of the court, he's automatic. I mean, the mid-range jumper is and always will be Chris Paul's shot.
Here's Harden, and he dunks it right in, right on Buddy Hield. Oh, man.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. And taken away by Paul. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. Sacramento grabs the miss. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Hill against Paul. Carter on the wing. The three. That shot missing. And it's Houston the other way. And some nice passing there by Houston. Harden, that's good.
And Harden is cash money from downtown. Measuring it perfectly. You've got to respect this guy's shooting ability.
Now here is Hill. Now here's Hield. Cauley-Stein, a screen. To halt the run, it's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his third rebound tonight. a basket by Harden. Harden's got 7 points in the game.
His shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
Hill kicks to Cauley-Stein. Pick up by Hill. Randolph. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
He might not elevate like some of the other guys on the court, but as we've learned, Randolph knows how to get the ball in the basket.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Warriors in Oakland. Good on the three-point shot.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Timeout is called. First of the game. For Sacramento.
And you know, Kevin, there is no question about what this Rockets team wants to do. Shoot threes and drive it to the goal. Last in the league in mid-range jumpers by a long shot.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Labissiere is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Bogdanovich comes in for Vince Carter. Garrett Temple is checked in for Buddy Hield. And it's Fox in for George Hill. And it's Gordon missing. And to give some more data on the Rockets and their threes, about 46% of their shots last season were from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and you know what? The Rockets are a firm believer in advanced analytics, which tilt the balance towards the three-point shot. And that's been a real driving force for why this team values the three as much as they do. And just another side note, that was an NBA record in terms of three-point shooting volume by the Rockets last season.
Here's Fox after the Rockets pick up three. Labissiere dishes to Fox. Back to Labissiere. Over Nene. Got a piece of it.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Gordon kicks it to Tucker. Here's Paul. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Well, Chris Paul signing the big contract this past offseason, and you knew he'd end up with one of the biggest deals out there, and his impact on a team goes far beyond just stats.
And Chris Paul, very much one of the best and most talented point guards in the league, a really poised floor leader who always is talking and is really an excellent leader too.
And there it is for him. Labissiere's got his second basket of the night. Well, Greg, Houston wanted Chris Paul, and they got their man. One of the bigger surprises, certainly, of the offseason.
Yeah, and without Paul on this roster, this team isn't in the conversation for winning. You need him to keep your window of winning open, and he is just that impactful and makes everyone on the floor better.
Here's Fox, looking for his first basket still in this one. Now the feed to Labissiere. There's a good screen. Here's Randolph. That's tipped, and he's able to get it back. Paul. And that one is off. And so it's Houston, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster.
Our bench is amazing. It's so exciting because when our bench comes in, more often than not, if we're losing, they're going to get us the lead, and if we have the lead, they're going to increase.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of an asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice, with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Yep, firing with confidence, in rhythm, Greg. I mean, not allowing the defense to take a break.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Sacramento, we've got Labissiere. Fox is out there with Garrett Temple. Then it's Zach Randolph. And it's Bogdanovich in at the three.
they call it old school. That's what it is when you watch Zach Randolph play the game of basketball. He's got such great skill and touch around the basket. We call it the old man game, and I tell you what, he gets it done every night.
Back to Paul. Nene setting the pick for Paul. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Gordon missing.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. And if you're a pro, you need to make that.
You know, as you've said, Greg, all the time, Zach Randolph can roll out of bed and get you 20.
I mean, he's just a natural scorer. He can post up, he can face up, and he just stays with it. An excellent offensive rebounder. This guy just has that nuance to his game that's made him so effective.
A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Randolph. Carter comes in for Bogdanovich. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Garrett Temple. And George Hills subbed in for Fox. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Mba'amuta. Trevor Ariza's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And James Harden subbed in for Paul. Ariza with it, now guarded by Labissiere. The 17-footer. Harden, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And here is Hield. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Cauley-Stein, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
Capella, the pass to Anderson. Cans it from downtown. And the Rockets lead by 13.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Al Harden following Skal Labissiere's three-point attempt. Harden outside. Passes it to Capella. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
You know, the defense knew how to play at that time, liked how they made their presence felt without committing the foul.
And Clark, you look around the NBA, which big men impress you with their ability to put up points from the high post?
Well, I think Blake Griffin, as he's established his jump shot and become more proficient in making that 15 to 17 footer. Karl Anthony Towns, one of the outstanding young players in the league, extremely versatile, can shoot it out to the three-point line, can post it, can make the mid-range shot. Aldridge is still one of the best mid-post players. It took a lot of criticism for his inability to dominate in the low post.
Right. And here is Capella. George Hill getting it to go from deep.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Carter kicks to Cauley-Stein. Now here's Hield. He's tightly guarded. And here we go. Ariza heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Ariza's got his first bucket of the night. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Houston.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And Harden with the stuff.
And Harden's a prolific scorer. We know that. He gets it done from everywhere, anywhere, thanks mainly to that outstanding confidence.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Well, Swiss center Clint Capella is up there as one of the most efficient players in the league. He's only 22, but he's efficient mostly because all his shots come right at the basket, right on the doorstep. Last season, he finished near the top of the league, in fact, in field goal percentage.
And for a while, he was leading the league, if I recall correctly, Kevin. Capella knows who he is, what he's about, and what his team needs from him. So he finishes off his chances that are created by guards penetrating. Not flashy, but very effective.
Here is Harden following the basket by Buddy Hield. Harden dishes to Capella. And the Kings pushing it up now. And finished off by Carter.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
Anderson passes to Harden. Anderson, a screen on Hill. Kicks it out to Gordon. Houston moving the ball around. Ariza no up. The Kings trail by 10. Hield from outside. Drills the three-pointer. Hield's got 5 now.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
And stolen by Cauley Stein. And it's Hill. That time the assist by Hield. Now just a 5-point Rocket lead.
And when Hill sees an open floor ahead of him, he's off to the races, using that amazing speed and length to get to the basket.
And Anderson has it in the corner. Gordon for 3, cranes the three-pointer. Gordon's got himself on the board with 3 there. Hill with it. From deep three-point range, no good on the buzzer beater. And so it's... Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have an 8-point lead. And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with
A lot of action around, as always, the Capitol building tonight. We are in Sacramento, and we continue here on 2K Sports. And so it's Houston with it. They've led by as many as 14 points.
And the Kings, for so long, had not been active in free agency. You have to like the moves this organization has made to bring in some vets in the offseason. Randolph and Hill bring a lot of experience and leadership to the locker room.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Anderson is down low with Capella. Filling out the wings, it's Harden and Ariza. And it's Paul in at the point. Here's Hill. The putback. It's good on the putback. Cauley Stein's got the first basket of the second half here for Sacramento.
Excellent timing on that tip in. That's something that makes him so good. I mean, just great timing in the air around the basket. A gift.
Anderson the screen. Harden kicks to Ariza. Over Carter. Ariza no luck. And Greg, the Kings wanted to have veteran leaders, and that's what they've got right now.
And the Kings are in a rebuild mode, and you need vets to lead that process. Show the youngsters the right way to do things. And I think the Kings have started to make some very savvy moves here as they begin this rebuild.
And the basket by Hill.
And Hill is cash money from the mid-range area. You can't let him feel at ease pulling up from there. Got to make him uncomfortable.
Back to Paul. Harden against Hill. Harden dishes to Anderson, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for Houston.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Carter. Temple comes in for Hield, and it's Fox in for Hill. Nene, he's checked in for the Rockets. And Mbah-a-Moute comes in for Trevor Ariza. Randolph against Mbah-a-Moute. Shot clock at 6. Here's Randolph. Got a piece of it, but he recovers it. And it's good off the back rim and in. Randolph's got 7.
Yeah, as a former rebounder myself, Kevin, I love the aggressiveness on the glass. Randolph is showing absolute determination grabbing those boards.
Harden the pass to Anderson. Count it.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Ryan Anderson was a free agent before coming to the Rockets. When he was meeting with teams, he saw all the open looks that Houston players were getting from outside, and he wanted to be a part of that. Worked out pretty well, I think, for him.
I don't think you can deny that at all. I mean, perfect hand in glove is what this fit was for Anderson, and he knew that. The way Houston plays, perfect for what Ryan Anderson brings to the table. He's great from the corner or wing and is deadly as a shooter when he has space.
Anderson the screen. Here's Paul. Elbow shot is on the way. Here's Harden. Again, the Rockets score.
And, you know, Harden's in between game, money, cash. Any mid-range jump shot he gets, he lets it go, and I think they're all going in.
Randolph kicks to Cauley-Stein. Over Nene. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Cauley-Stein's got his second bucket.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
Nene setting the pick for Harden. Shot off the screen. And it's Fox with the rebound. For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Outside, Bogdanovich. Dishes it to Cauley-Stein. Sacramento moving it around. Fox passes to Randall. Over Mbamute. Not enough on that one as it misses. Houston in the lead. Now Paul. He's got 5. Harden dishes to Nene. Paul with the 3. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
He's so aggressive offensively. I like his assertiveness. CP3 not taking 1 second extra to pull the trigger once he gets the pass.
Randolph a screen. Now here's Fox. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Cauley-Stein with a screen on Anderson. Here's Bogdanovich. Knocks down the step back J.
And the D just a step slow reacting to the step back.
Feeds it to Mbamute. Nene setting the pick for Harden. Shot off the pick. Again, the miss by Harden. The Kings trail by 3. And you look at this Kings roster, and Greg, you can see the youth movement is in full effect.
Yeah, and Buddy Hield headlines the group as he comes over in that Cousins trade. Skal Labissiere and Willie Cauley-Stein, also a big part of this team's future. And then getting Fox as a rookie to kind of run the ship, another great building block.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Labissiere's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Carter comes in for Bogdanovich. And Hield subbed in for Garrett Temple. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. P.J. Tucker comes in for Anderson. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Mbamute. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. And Clark, this Houston team is so good at moving the ball around, top 3 in assists last season. And they know how to get a good shot. There's no doubt about that. Just keeping the defense following the ball, moving them side to side, keeping them on the move. How does that affect team chemistry?
I think it does wonders for team chemistry, Kevin, because everybody's happy. They're enjoying touching the ball, getting shots, playing at a fast pace. It's certainly fun for us to watch and for the fans to watch, and I think it helps to recruit other good players who enjoy watching that style and wanting to be part of it.
Carter kicks to Hill. Teardrop shot. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Hill's got 12 in the game.
You give Hill daylight, he's taking it and not looking back. I mean, he's got a lot of versatility in his offensive game.
Paul against Hill. Here's Paul. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And a great show through 3 quarters. As we enter the 4th, who will carry the day? Rockets ahead, up 5. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And now let's hear what head coach Dave Joerger was reviewing with his team.
You got to help the man guarding the basketball.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Fox and Hield are the young guard tandem. Zach Randolph is out there with Carter. And it's Labissiere in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Randolph kicks to Hield. Misses the 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Gordon, the pass to Paul. The quick look, no good that time.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Ariza against Carter. The kick out to Hill. Out to the wing. Over Paul. It's not going to go for him. And it's Houston the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. A nice shot by Tucker.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Hield from outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Gordon for 3, and again it's the Rockets from deep.
And really the three-point shot is Gordon's specialty, Kevin. When he squares himself up, there's a real high chance he's dropping it in.
Hill kicks to Labissiere.
Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Paul dishes to Ariza. Pass to Tucker. To the left side wing. Paul against Hill. Paul passes to Capella, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Man, it's nice to see Capella get that deep position inside, and then he's able to draw the foul as he forces the defense to whack him.
Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Kings. And a change for the Rockets. Anderson's checked in. And here's Carter, back to Randolph. Tries it from 19. And Vince Carter with the slam.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And, you know, Capella is so strong that you really got to wrap him up if you're going to commit the foul on him.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets.
Well, you take a look at this Houston Rockets offense. They've got so many threats, and Harden is clearly the big one. He's in the middle of it all, and his teammates do a nice job of playing off of him.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And Clark, so much of the offensive burden has fallen on the shoulders of Harden. Now he's got some help, certainly, with Chris Paul.
You know what? As well as Harden played last season at the point guard spot, I think this trade was just too good to pass up. I mean, I anticipate they're going to make one heck of a duo.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to listen to Dave Yeager's huddle with his team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Here's Capella over Cauley-Stein. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Well, I tell you what, it's really impressive how Capella has improved his role so quickly, Kevin. I mean, he's a starting caliber center known for his defense, but continues to make strides on offense, too.
Fox, he's checked in for George Hill. Cauley-Stein, a screen. Shoots off the screen, and too long on the shot.
Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
Here's Anderson. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And the Rockets lead by 12.
Awesome watching Anderson get excellent position down low. Once he's established, he can rise up, and he does so with ease.
Hield kicks to Randolph. Cauley-Stein, a screen. Pulls up on the wing. That doesn't go either for Randolph.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Count that one. Paul's got the lead up to 14 now for the Rockets.
Tell you what, man, this guy has no business at his size being as good as he is in the paint, even against the strongest defense. Chris Paul finding the angle he needs.
Ariza. No good. Shot missing. So the Kings will take it the other way. Carter with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Hield dishes to Carter. Randolph against Anderson. Looking to end the drought. Sacramento again missing.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
And the dunk by Capella.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Rockets.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Chris Paul.
And the ball movement, exquisite, incredible. I mean, dime dropping all over the place all game long.
And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Quarterman. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
And, Greg, you know how hard it is to win on the road, but they seem to have this one firmly in control and have been very impressive today.
There's a good screen. Here's Bogdanovic off target. So we see Houston taking the W here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very... All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony...